Ladies and gentlemen of all people, ladies and gentlemen, all people, doesn't matter. I know a lot of people are trying to climb. It's next season is about to begin, so I'm making a video for next season. Since Groot's not really gonna change much, I'm gonna take all that information that I learned from this season climbing. I could have got the top 500 low key. I'm not gonna lie, but I kind of got lazy and stopped playing a little bit. As you can see, my history. I'm usually MVP and SVP most games, I would say, and I do win most games. Even if I'm not MVP and SVP, I contribute a lot to the team. And as you see, like, I've basically been climbing. I've been winning. I lost my last game, and I haven't played ever since. This was, it doesn't say the date. It does, 11/4. It's been a few days, actually, if I post this video, so, yeah. Yeah, so I'm here to do a Groot guide. Groot's a very powerful character, and especially in GM, you don't have really too much options in terms of good tanks, useful tanks. You only have like Doctor Strange, Magneto, Groot, Hulk if he's not banned, and possibly Penny to counter. Very specific counter to dive. Like only melee characters, but she's very situational. But Groot here, he could be an off tank, and I wouldn't recommend him too much, especially in GM as a main tank. Maybe in lower ranks, yes. In like higher ranks, it's really hard for him to be a main tank. He's pretty beefy, he can be, but you really want to. Doctor Strange is really strong. I'm gonna get to that in another video, but for now, I have a few tricks to help you climb that I've already noted down, and I'm gonna show you some VOD reviews of some replays of the games I've played, and some examples in the training ground. So, well, let's get started. Timestamps ish. But look, my first tip, I guess, is a lot of people are undervaluing or underutilizing the walls. Some people just use the walls to block, or to stop momentum. But they are way more than that. They are incredibly, underutilized. You can see right here, I'm going to show you this example right now, that you can do a lot of damage. You can basically almost one-shot if I had a third wall here. You're never going to get a chance where there's a third wall, but you can get two walls up really fast. Oh, I missed. Move my mouse. I'm not even trying to aim right now, but, I'm showing you that these walls do a lot of damage, and most of the damage that comes from Groot is from his walls. The walls are pretty obvious that they're behind some enemies, because if they go back, it's it's gonna stop them. They're gonna know there's a wall, and they're probably gonna destroy it. There are gonna be some maps where there are doorways, like this, maybe way bigger, but you can place a Groot wall here and still get the damage. It is really strong, and you can get a lot of value. If you place a wall like this, I mean, this is obvious, just look at it, like, you see this, but, you see this, you might not see this. Like, if you're looking, you're, focusing on other characters, you might not see this, and once you guys go through, guys are in for a hell of a damage, because it's AoE, it hits everyone. His walls, like I said, also can be used to be blocking. The only time you're blocking is when you're trying to block a doorway, and when you're blocking line of sight, so from healers, most importantly, so they can't heal through this. This is really important. This is why I say always place the walls behind enemies, because when you place them behind, you're blocking line of sight from healers, but you're also doing damage. Maybe you place it behind a whole team. They're all really bunched up, and they actually have to turn around to destroy it. That's really good value, because they have their back towards you. So, that's really good. They're taking time. That could be a healer. Imagine a healer taking his time to destroy the wall behind him. That's a lot of healing lost. Groot has probably the worst mobility. All you do is jump and run. Magneto is probably rivaling him. The only reason I say Magneto probably has the worst mobility in this game is because Groot can do this. He can just wall. He can wall up spots and get high ground. And I see a lot of players do not utilize this a lot. Like sometimes there are times where you have to go up, and this can go up, like the whole team can go in here. So you can bring the whole team up here. This is extremely good. And you're not going to use it all the time, but just know that it's in your arsenal and that you can do it. You can also use it as sort of cover as well. So like this, you can kind of, something like that. And the enemy can not really see you if you like use it well. Like you can kind of hide under it. That's like free health right there. As you can see, you can kind of just, use this as like a sort of cover. It's really well. It's better than just a wall because you can't really jump over it. You can kind of just go over. This is another trick. This is an overall, not trick, tip. An overall tip. I've seen a lot of players do not use their melee. Their melees are really important. So if you out of ammo, you can still melee. Don't forget, you'd melee. And Groot's final attack actually does more damage than his other melees. And it jumps up. And you can do something like this. Also, this is another thing. The walls activate with every damage. You can throw something and it activates. You can melee and it activates. So just for you to know, is that you can do this. And if you're trying to finish up a team, this is really good. And if you're out of ammo, you don't want to waste the time. Just like that. It's done. It's easy. Lemon squeezy. Learn the range of the walls. The wall right here, your normal wall is around 15, and your Ironwood wall can only up and go to 20. Just learn those ranges. That's a huge gap. That's insane. I see a lot of group players hold this like this, especially in lower ranks. Don't hold this. Look at this animation. This is so obvious that you're building a wall. Don't hold it. Don't aim for your wall. You don't want to take so much time aiming for your wall. You want to be doing this. You want to be doing damage. So just freaking place them fast, You can place them even faster. You can get animation canceled. Look. See, look. Very fast. Very fast. You want it like that. So it to be not very obvious that you're placing a wall. You can still hear the sound cue. But also, my aim is a little bit bad right now. My hands are cold. It's cold right now. But I would say make sure to learn the range of your walls. This is like not far enough, but like around here, you should be good. You should learn the range. Another thing is the Ironwood wall. You don't have that much. You got to be really close. You're never going to use this offensively unless you want to trap enemies in the doorway because it has 700 health and it's a lot. But the Ironwood wall, it heals. See, so let me place this here. Look at my health. 930, 970, 1000, 1050. That's a lot of overheal. And it gives bonus health. So I'm not sure if it heals, but it grants allies bonus health. Some people don't even know that. So when you know this animation, see, look, let me go a little bit further. The animation just means that you're not getting healed. When you get a little bit closer, it starts to like open up a little bit. That means you're actually in a zone and you can heal. So if you throw this at an enemy, look at my health. And that is those animation. It's giving me health to the whole team, all allies. So, during a game, you really don't want to place this in front of enemies sometimes. You want to place it at a good spot where like all your teammates are and maybe hide it, Even if it's behind a wall, it still activates. See? But Ironwood wall is very good. Just make sure to hide it and just know what it does. That's what's most important. Learn the range, learn how to quick animation cancel. You can do it with Ironwood wall too. And the reason why I'm saying is to learn your ranges of your walls is sometimes you might actually place a bad wall and you don't want that. It's not good. Placing bad walls is huge because look at the cooldown. I just got my wall. First tip for the ult, right? You want to make sure you have your throwable and a wall at least. Reason why is when you ult someone, you don't want to just keep doing this. You want to get as much damage as you can. Place a wall, you ult, and the wall starts activating. Look at the damage. And imagine like no heals, the damage is incredible. They're gonna probably destroy the wall, and maybe they have a Doctor Strange with a shield, but still, you have to do it. learn the range for the ults too. Just like the walls, learn the range of your ult. Um, well, Groot's ult, you can shoot it from 30 if you want to, you know? And that's really important to know. Because some Groot players do what Doctor Strange players and do is start jumping up, you know, and like getting really close to the team. Don't want to do that. But learn the range, get a little bit closer. You know, like this is pretty good range right here. This is where I usually do my ults. You know, you just do an ult right here. And you get everyone here. Just learn, just know that you can do it from far. And that's just very important because you don't have to make it obvious like Doctor Strange that you're about to ult. Make sure, here, like another thing, right? Make sure to, when you're ulting, always, I can't stress this enough because I've seen so many players just ult tanks for some reason. I would say always there are times where you are going to use it on tanks, maybe to finish up a team, maybe, and it's like over time, the match is about to end, and the only players that are stalling are tanks. Sure, why not? But, you know, always focus healers. Healers and DPS. I will be showing you that in a few, but always make sure to always focus healers and DPS because the most value, you can kill them and shut down their healing. If you focus DPS, you basically destroy their damage mostly. Tanks still can do damage, obviously, as I'm showing you. But you know, their DPS could be very important. And their healer, if you ult them, you can bait out an ult. This happens all the time. You can bait out ultimates, and that's huge value because they waste your ult, their ult, like a Mantis or a Luna ult on your ult. It's huge value. It's ult for ult. It works. It could change the tide of the game. My other tip is for Groot. This one's really important. You got to keep an eye on Strange. You got to keep on, well, not just Strange, but any character with a wall. That being Strange, Captain America, and Magneto. Captain America can deflect your ult, and Magneto and Doctor Strange can literally just shut down your ults. They block your ult's just done. So that goes to my other tip. Make sure that you always have an eye on Doctor Strange and Magneto or any of these tanks. Keep an eye on them because they can completely just stop your ult and it's devastating. It's huge loss. You guys, like, you know, that's very bad. You don't want to do that. You at least want to get some value with your ultimate. So make sure to keep an eye on Doctor Strange. There should be, you know, I'm going to break it down a little bit later. Make sure you got to keep an eye on him. If Doctor Strange is a little bit out of position, you can use that to your advantage and get a huge ult out. Just make sure, keep an eye on these characters. My last trick is a little trick. It's a trick more of, and it's a wall trick that I've seen not a lot of players do. You can use this sometimes, and sometimes players won't destroy the Ironwood wall. I say Ironwood wall because sometimes they're just gonna, like, it's 700 health. There's a lot of health. You place this wall, look how fast you can drop it. It's instant, almost. And you can use that at your advantage. It's a trick I've been using a little bit, not too often, but a little bit. You can place a wall here, and sometimes tanks and like even DPS won't destroy it. Even on lower ranks, they won't. They would go around it. If it's a bad wall or a so-called bad wall, they will go around it. But the trick is, if you do this, it's like incredible. They never think they're gonna, especially when you have ult, they're never thinking that you're gonna do this. Especially if you see a Strange here and the other tank here, maybe. You ult here, their healers are usually gonna be there or DPS. Just make sure, because you could see over the Ironwood wall if you jump, you know, maybe. I wouldn't jump, you could just see in general. And be around, you know, in it, just holes in it. And just use that. It's an incredible trick. I will show you actually right now. Now, I don't want this video to drag on too long, so I'm going to show you only a few examples. So remember when I was talking about walls. Look at these walls. That was a horrible one. That was a pretty horrible wall. But this one is pretty good. Look at the value. Look, Punisher almost died. Hold on, let me show you. Look at that. Punisher is almost dead. That is because of the wall. he almost died because of the wall. Look at that, just one wall. So it shows you the value of wall as damage. Look at Strange, he's to the right, and I see both healers. I see a Magneto here. He's the only thing that can stop me here. But I know his shield's a little bit slower, and he has like a big recharge. He's not using his shield too often, just like Strange. But look at Strange. He actually starts to see me and actually come in closer where the healers are. But he's out of position. I've already ulted here. As you can see, I'm ulting. I've ulted here. He's out of position. He's basically lost the tank fight here, and he's made a big mistake. If he was in front here, you know, tapping his shield, it would be really hard for me to ult. Extremely hard. But since he was over here out of position, I'm getting a huge value here. Look at this. That is everyone. That is their tanks and their healers. Now, obviously they're shielded, but look at Mantis. Mantis just used her ult. That's huge. I just ulted. Ult for ult. And that's huge value, because for the next fight, Mantis does not have her ultimate. So one of my other tricks that I was doing. So as you can see, we have, this is how our team is looking up. We have a healer over here. We have a healer over here. She has ult. She just finished using her ultimate. So that's why they're all pushed up, because she had ultimate. We're good on heals right now. We have Mantis and we have a Punisher destroying everyone. He's very low, actually. And I have my ultimate. So I'm looking to get something out of here. So as you can see, I'm just let what I do, and I'll explain it later. I'm gonna just play the video. Did you just see what I did there? I just did the trick that I told you guys. Look at this. Let me go play by play here. Where's Strange? Strange is right here. But he doesn't have his wall up. He's not gonna wall in front of the wall. Punisher could have destroyed this wall easily, but he's not gonna want to waste his ultimate here. Both healers are here, and he knows that there's a Strange over here. So look at this. He turns, he doesn't destroy the wall. And Strange is already heading over here. He's going around the wall. He's reloading. I didn't really notice. I'm not like the best player in the world, and I know all of this exactly. But I know that he's either going to destroy the wall or go around it. They didn't destroy the wall. So I know that because the wall is still up. So what I do here is I bring the wall down. I bring the wall. He's out of position actually now. He's reloading. He walls. He already jumped, so he can't really do anything. He's up ahead. He was going around the wall. He's out of position. And look at this. Look how easy this is. Look how easy this ult is. That's everyone. We actually get a kill there. You want to know why? It's because the wall. The wall does so much damage, even when Luna's healing. And a lot, you know, just use that to your advantage. Always have a wall and a throwable. Like I said in the video, is always have that, and you can maximize the value of your ultimate. We also got the Luna ult out, and this actually wins us the game. So yeah, this is the end of the video. I think I've basically said everything I want to say. If you have anything else to say it in the comments. And yeah, like if you have any other tips and tricks that I've missed, just say it down in the comments. I'll pin it if it's if I think it's very good. I might test it out even. But good luck on the climb. Next season is about to start soon, depending on when I upload this, or might have started already. But if it has, good luck on your runs, and just try to do all the tricks that I've told you. It's going to be really good. It will help you, especially as a group. I'm going to have other videos for other tanks to help you climb. You know, one thing I'm going to say is, like, this is a little overall tip as a tank player myself, how I climbed. Always try to beat the other tank. Never, like, try to compete with the DPS or anything. Compete with the other tanks. Look how much better I am doing than the other tanks in general. Always compete against the other tanks as much as you can. If you can beat the other tanks, you're a huge value. You're way better than the other tanks. It's going to change the tide of the games. Just be a leader as a tank. Be frontline. Don't coward unless you're really low. Don't go back, you know. And just be, you know, your tank. You could be support, DPS, you're everything basically. So, yeah. That's all I have to say. And good luck.